From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Monday, May 15th, 2023.
I'm Sue Solaski, Detroit Free Press food writer. Lyle's Ham Sandwich Shop, a mainstay on a busy stretch of Michigan Avenue in Dearborn, is permanently closing at the end of June after nearly 60 years in business. The last day for the restaurant, where sandwiches are piled high with ham or corned beef, will be June 30th, according to the owner, Harry Lyle. Lyle called the closing bittersweet and says he's retiring from the restaurant business. Like many restaurants that rely on office workers for customers, the pandemic slowed down business as more people worked from home. Lyle's menu is simple: 2 sandwiches, a ham and a corned beef, and 2 soups, bean and a split pea soup. A signature of its ham sandwich is an extra slice of ham on top of the roll. In its heyday, flush with customers from nearby Ford Motor Company and other offices, Lyle said they'd go through 40 to 60 whole hams in a week. Now they go through about 15 to 20 whole hams in a week. Lyle said he'll miss the people, his customers, and the everyday conversations along with the banter back and forth.
I'm Claire Hendrickson for the Detroit Free Press. On the same day that the federal COVID-19 public health emergency ended, lawmakers in the Michigan Senate passed a bill that would allow pharmacists in the state to independently administer vaccines. The bill would allow even those pharmacists not operating under the supervision of a physician to administer vaccines to those who are at least 3 years old. Bill sponsor State Senator Sylvia Santana called the legislation a no-brainer. Federal COVID emergency orders that enabled all pharmacists to administer vaccines expanded access to care, Santana said. For now, the end of the federal emergency has not impacted pharmacists' ability to administer COVID-19 and flu vaccines. Michigan pharmacists have expressed support for the legislation, and proponents argue that pharmacists in many communities are the most accessible healthcare providers, particularly in low-income and communities of color.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. For many people, doing something special for Mom involves giving flowers or taking her to brunch or perhaps going to church on Sunday morning. But Lori Transow, the chief engineer of the Ford Mustang program, said to think out of the box a little bit. What is she like when she wants to spend time with her daughter? Going to the track and drift racing. And that means using the little device in the 2024 Mustang that allows you to drive sideways and smoke the tires. Lori says not all moms want quiet time with their kids. Some moms would rather go to the track. To see the video that she and her daughter made to teach families how to drift race and how easy it can be, go to freep.com.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, watching as the Detroit Tigers try to stay around in the race for the American League Central Division. On Sunday, they salvaged the 3-game series against Seattle, winning at Comerica Park by a score of 5-3. A Nick Maton hit by pitch drove in the game-winning run in the 7th inning. The Tigers are now 18-21 on the season and 4 games back of the Minnesota Twins in the AL Central, doing just enough to hang around in this race for the division, despite battling injury with their pitching staff and inconsistent offense. The Tigers are off today and begin a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates at home on Tuesday.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.